So it's Mike Santos for Reilly Electric, Wexford 225 Dyer Street. That panel up in the penthouse, we'll go over that. The 600 on the top is your feed for your DOS 1 unit. And that is your meter for the DOS 1 unit.
And that's the only thing on that disconnect, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Other than this meter. This meter comes off the same feeder as that. It's just plugged onto it.
And that is on, that's on the house riser though, right? Not the mechanical riser. That's the house because it stops.
That's the house because it stops.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's already supposed to be metered, so it's built correctly anyways. And everything that comes off of this is off the meter at the panel in the penthouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that'll be something you may have to address in the future as far as the load side of that panel if you wanted to meter that particularly. So we can go over to 7 now. So basically you have another 400 amp panel in the IT room right here that is not metered at this point.
And what does that go to?
Right now it does nothing.
Okay.
There's no circuits in it. It's just, all we did was put a panel in, feed it, turn it off.
That's part of the future development.
That'll be your future development.
So we'll have to meter that one. No problem. Yeah, that's understood.
Yep. That's it in here.
Okay.
So why don't we do the penthouse then? That way, because we're still on the penthouse work, I guess.
Sure. And you didn't touch anything in here, right?
No.
Didn't think so. Okay.
Actually, the only thing that got done in there, we didn't touch anything physically.
Yep.
But the power for the 7th floor dampers, fire dampers, comes from there because the existing ones came from there as well.
That's fine.
But everything's labeled
that's
properly.
Part of the building service, so that doesn't change anything for me.
All right. Okay. So your 400 amp disco from 7 feeds your ATS, which in turn feeds this panel, which in turn feeds the 2 transformers. And this is your 6th floor panel, and this is your 7th floor panel. And everything is labeled. You'll see the transformer 1, EGTP6. Same with this one.
Pen. All right.
I can put, you want to
put 6th floor.
I'll just P-touch it and see.
7th floor unmetered.
Yep.
Yeah, that just. That way I'll remember it for my own.
Now, the 6th floor is also unmetered. Neither one of those panels have meters on them. So the 6th floor is unmetered, but it's doing a lot of existing things now for 6 and some mechanicals.
But the 6th floor panels have meters on them. ABC meters down there, right?
No, that panel does not have a meter on it. That one panel, the EGTP6 panel in the IT room, is not metered at this point, other than what's metering all of this.
So you see, I don't care that. As long as it's metered there,
yep,
that's metered. We're charging them for what comes from there. That feeds all of this.
Exactly.
Okay, then I'm fine. As long as it's being captured on a meter somewhere.
It is.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Not much mechanicals in here. It's a couple of exhaust fan, and the DOS 2 comes out of there.
Yeah.
Which is metered the same with that panel.
And the VRFs and all that stuff, is that off of that too, or is that off the lower panels?
Well, that's everywhere. It's different. So we can look at we can look at them up here while we're here now.
Yeah.
So nothing. The only thing that comes out of that panel that's metered is DOS 2 and 1 exhaust fan.
Okay.
Now these are all your VFDs and whatnot, but they all come from separate panels, which we can go down to.
But they're coming from 6th floor panels.
They're all coming from 6th floor panels.
6th floor panels are already metered.
And they're metered. Yes.
Then I want you making sure that everything's captured because they have to pay for all their services. So I want to make sure that all these are captured, which they are. So
yes,
I'm fine then.
Yep. And then it's basically the same in here. All your 480, you got your captured on your 480, which is capturing also your 208. And your mechanicals are split up. So there's detailed panel schedules in here.
Mm-hmm.
But to give you where all your mechanicals are coming from, there's something in every panel.
Okay.
Basically.
All right.
That's doing either rooftops or FCU units. Or
so my concern is that these are captured on this meter, which is fine.
Yep.
And then those are captured what was existing.
Yep.
Existing.
That's not existing.
That's the new one.
That's capturing those two panels.
Yep.
That captures these two panels.
Yep.
This is all existing.
Yep.
Must be captured here. And that was existing.
So that one was the 10 because none of these are capturing anything.
I don't think there's anything going on in these panels, basically. There was nothing in that, but this panel got changed completely. It's all mechanicals now. This is now went from nothing to all mechanicals in here.
This is house.
That's how this some IT circuits and such and
panels. So yeah, it's already been captured on our side. Okay.
Yep. And existing.
Yep.
That's really it. This goes are all labeled, telling you what's what. I can get rid of this. This was just temporary for me in case we had to shut something down. We didn't have a grabbing ladders and whatnot. I can leave it. We can get rid of it, but either way, that was there.
Anything special, anything tricky, anything crazy that we need to know about that was oddball?
Nope.
Because those are the things that usually mess up and we have to chase them down. So
yep. So everything, you got 8 panels out in the field. They're all fed from this area here, which are all labeled out in the field.
Yep.
They don't do any mechanicals rooftop style, but all your FC ceiling mount cassettes and whatnot come out of those individual panels, depending on the lab.
Yep.
Because you're broken into 4 sections here.
Right. Okay.
Nothing quirky, nothing crazy out of here.
Still
Nothing's stealing temp.
Nothing's crossed to the 5th floor. Nothing is tied together.
Well, we did go down to the 5th floor, so we can go down there now. So there's a panel, a transformer, and a panel on 5 now.
Yeah.
It comes out of this panel here that feeds one rooftop unit, and then there was 18 circuits that they added.
All the ones at the benches.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
So when those 18 circuits were added, they had to come up with power. Engineer added a panel. Location-wise was deemed to go on.
So that's the kind of thing we need to know. So we're not chasing up here.
Yep. So you have a panel here, a breaker here. I mean, goes downstairs, feeds a transformer downstairs with a panel right next to it, which we can go look at.
Yeah, let's look at it. Sure.
The disco for the transformer, that's the new panel label, which is on the riser. The riser's up to date.
Okay.
So it's fed from the panel, which is that 6B upstairs. And it's just telling you the voltage and phasing, this new code by with the colors.
Okay.
And then this is the load side of the transformer.
Okay.
It does 18 circuits and 1 rooftop condenser, which is one of the cold rooms.
Okay. All right.
That's really all that comes out of here right now.
Okay. All right.
Other than that, we didn't. This is all just existing.
Yeah. All right.
Everything's labeled. Every single outlet's labeled. We're adding a handful of things.
Did you do anything in here?
Other than pipe runs, no.
Okay.
No panels or anything, but we do have conduits coming down, which brought us into the electrical.
That's fine. Okay.
But no devices or panels or anything.
All
The control guy did.
Yeah, that's fine. That's different.
Yep. And then basically, I mean, you know how it's we're broken down into 4 sections, and the panels are feeding each panel. Everything that's red is off the emergency panel. Standby panel, not technically not emergency, but. Yeah. And then everything we have is labeled. Okay. So you have panel schedules in the panel, and everything's labeled outside of it.
All right, sounds good.
And then whatever you need to know, whatever else you want to know.
Yeah, I'll give you a buzz if we need it, but I think that really covers what I needed to know.
Yep. So ultimately, when you do the 7th floor fit out, you'll have to meter that 1 panel, and you'll be good.
Yep.
As far as capture and that stuff. But right now, nothing in it. Not one thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
That's it.
All right, good.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.